This is the Sunday motivational video. Every Sunday, we bring you a different type of video which should improve your life. Today, we're looking at 15 brutal truths that people don't want to hear. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. With another controversial video. This time we're taking a look at things most people tend to brush off under the carpet and pretend like these just don't exist. The problem is, we live in an imperfect world, populated by humans of different faiths, different visions, and values. In the title of this video, we use the term brutal truths in a particular fashion that's meant to have you question the way you look at reality and what you believe to be your own truth, because you see, truth is different than fact. While facts stay the same, truths are an ever-evolving concept which have more to do with perception than anything else. We know that a video like this one will not please everyone. It'll probably offend a large portion of our audience, but the rest will benefit from it. When putting it together, we did our best to find truths that have been in place for hundreds of years and will probably be true for hundreds more. As an Aluxer, your job is to be honest with yourself, to understand reality the way it really is, not the way people want you to believe it is, and then use it to your advantage. Going through the following list will help you to better understand your position in life and help you find the correct strategies for moving forward. We recommend you ask yourself, how much do you agree or disagree with the following statements, and see which events and factors lead you to that perception. Maybe by the end of the video, you'll reevaluate the way you perceive yourself and your life. Try not to be emotional about this, and do your best to be objective as the video continues, because you're probably not going to like the information we're about to share with you. Here are 15 brutal truths people don't want to hear. Number 1. We are not born equal. In a perfect world, it wouldn't matter where you're born, the color of your skin, your gender, or your sexual preferences. We would all enjoy an even playing field, and the best results will bubble up to the top. But we do not live in a perfect world, we live here in this one. If you were born in Switzerland, you'll enjoy since the very beginning a premium quality of life, great access to medicine, incredible education, opportunities all around you in a clean, polite, and efficient environment. On the other side of the coin, if you were born a female in a country like Nepal and somehow managed to survive at birth, you're likely to be illiterate, probably sold into human trafficking before you reach your teens, or be labeled as a witch and shunned from society. If you were born in Switzerland, you have the freedom to marry whomever your heart desires, and probably don't believe in the existence of God or heaven altogether. Flip the script over to a place like Iran, where people take the word of the prophet seriously. Homosexuals are punished by death. Some people will be born into money. Some will discriminate based on the color of your skin because that's what people have been doing for thousands of years. Be aware of this and look around for alternatives where people are not so closed-minded. In the recent years, developing countries have made a real push towards stopping discrimination and allowing for equal opportunities, but it's up to you to decide what kind of world you wish to live in and then do something about it. Number 2. If emotions control you, you've already lost. Emotions are the thing that make us human, make us love the world, and create incredible pieces of art which capture every essence of what it means to be alive. Yet, the world we live in today is not run by emotions. This game we call life has a very particular set of rules, which rewards efficiency and disregards emotions. Horses are really sophisticated organisms, which are able to portray and understand feelings, yet cars replaced them simply because they were more efficient. The world doesn't care about your feelings. Unless we're talking close friends and family, nobody cares if your feelings get hurt, and to be honest, why should they? Ever since you were born, you've seen the world through your own eyes, and to yourself, you believe you are the most important. It doesn't mean the rest of us have to agree. How many times has your judgment been clouded by fury, anger, or love? People are willing to do irrational things which are not in their own best interest when they allow emotions to take control over their actions. A wise man will know how to use his emotions for his own benefit. He will control them and not be controlled by them. Number 3. Your appearance makes a difference. Guess what? People do judge a book by the cover. You might not like it, but that says more about the way you perceive yourself than about the way the world treats you. The fact that you know this and do nothing about it should give you something to think about. If the world is selfish, why not use that to your advantage? Invest in yourself. Get healthy. Hit the gym. Stop eating junk food and pouring so much sugar into your body. Buy yourself a decent pair of shoes and stop wearing socks with sandals to interviews. This is not rocket science, guys. We as humans prefer other humans who look clean and healthy. This comes from way back in the day when people would die early from a multitude of contagious diseases. You want to be taken seriously? Then take yourself seriously. It's not even a culture thing, it's about timing. There are appropriate moments to wear a t-shirt and sweatpants, and moments when you need to bring out the big boy suits. Even fashion icon Mark Zuckerberg understood this when he had his deposition. It's probably the easiest thing to fix if you want people to start treating you better. Number 4. A person is not defined by what they own. We know we've said this before, but we have to say it again. If you were an asshole when you were poor and you suddenly got a lot of money, you're just an asshole with money now. On our channel, we talk a lot about the benefits of achieving financial success, what that can mean for someone's life, relationships, and what kind of impact it can have on you as a person. With that said, a man is not defined by what they own, but by the values they have. In our journey, we've met multimillionaires who were unhappy, surrounded by fake friends because they envelop themselves in a layer of superficiality. If you're going to get rich, you need to do it right. Use that money to become a more complex person. Be wealthy in thoughts, ideas, relationships, and sure, even possessions. But remember, the latter does not define you. The goal should never be to get rich by any means, but to become such a valuable individual that the world rewards you with riches. Please remember this one because it can make all the difference in the game of life. Number 5. If you're not living, you're just dying. Being alive and living your life are two different concepts. Life is made of small moments that make the blood rush through your veins, moments which stick around in your consciousness. That's when you're truly alive. But what about the minutes and hours spent stuck in traffic? Well, those are moments when you're just dying. These moments have no importance, are not memorable, and pun intended, they take you nowhere. You've probably heard the concept phrased in multiple different ways, like, if today was the last day of your life, would you be happy doing what you're doing? Many people make the mistake of getting trapped in a rat race and they forget to live. Time goes by so fast and you won't realize when your entire life has passed you by. Try to keep tabs on how your life is going. Where were you 12 months ago? Did anything change? Are you better? Where will you be in another 12 months? You'd be shocked how few people ask themselves these kinds of questions, and even less have a plan of what to do with the answer. No matter what your goals are in life, it would be a real shame to go through life without achieving them, without experiencing the feeling of fulfillment and getting to enjoy all the amazing experiences life has waiting for you. It's up to you to take action and to make sure the life you live is the one worth remembering when you're on your deathbed. Almost a year ago, we made our own bucket list video, which we believe every man should shoot for, and you can watch that video by clicking in the top right corner. See how many you would add to your own list. Number 6. Thinking and doing are not the same thing. How many people have you heard saying they plan on doing something but never deliver on that promise? How many people say they have ideas but never even put them into action? Life is about putting your actions where your mouth is, and it's time to stop lying to yourself. The world is split between people who say they're going to do something and those that actually get the job done. You might not like to hear this, but everyone can talk, and if you've watched our previous videos, you know that talk is cheap. You're in this for yourself, and the worst thing you can do is to start believing your own lies. The world rewards those that get things done, so if you have any plans to make a difference in this short lifetime of yours, it's time to cut the crap and get busy already. It's always shocking to hear how many people believe the bullshit spread around by books like The Secret, which say that all you have to do is think about what you want and the universe or some mystical power will provide you with exactly that. You don't need to do anything else. If positive thinking is your plan to success, you better hope to get really, really lucky. Otherwise, you'll be faced by a very harsh reality. positive thinking is actually a wish. Something you wish to happen, while putting in as little effort toward it as possible. If this is you, you're in the same camp as four-leaf clovers, shooting stars, and Santa. With the proper discipline and hard work behind it, a wish can become a plan, but it doesn't work the other way around. You should stay positive. You should be optimistic about your future. You need to believe in yourself. Believe that you have a real shot at getting it, and then take massive amounts of action over extended periods of time while making a great deal of sacrifices. You might not have realized it before watching this video, but everyone wants to be successful, but only the best players of the game get to win. Number 7. Money, fame, and success can make you happy. The truth is, your life would be a lot better if you had more money in the bank than you have right now. Your sex life would probably be a lot better if you were famous, and you would feel a lot better about your life if you were a successful person, no matter what success means to you. Anyone who says otherwise is lying or probably stupid. Money, fame, and success are tools which you can use to become anything you want. If you want to donate your wealth to the underprivileged and live as a monk in the Himalayas, you get to do that. If you want to travel the world and discover different cultures, ideas, and ideologies, that's also an option. Success means you have options. You're not constrained by your reality. You can say no or yes when you feel like it. Although money doesn't buy your happiness, it can buy positive experiences for you and those you care about, which, when used correctly, will evolve into personal happiness. Stop villainizing successful people just because they live better lives than you do. Number 8. Life is a competition. Most people never accept this because they believe they can't win, so they try to change the rules so that everyone gets a participation trophy. Yuck. The most beautiful thing is when they realize that what goes around doesn't always come back around, that some people never get theirs, that people who you think are bullies were actually just playing the game and you were just underperforming. Just because you think someone isn't worthy of success based on your own idea of reality doesn't mean they're not ahead of you. In the words of the mythical internet, don't hate the player, hate the game. Guess what? In life, you'll meet a lot of people who you'd think are assholes just because you don't like the way they're behaving. Unfortunately for you, they're still playing within the rules of the game. The truth is, you're just comparing yourself to the wrong person. Life is a competition, but it's a competition against yourself, against the hard reality that you're either going to be a successful person or fade away into mediocrity. It's all up to you about how you're going to play the game. The best option is to spend as much time as you can studying the rules of the game, and then play the rulebook and not against other people. Who cares how many people are in the race if the only person that matters from your perspective is yourself? Make sure you win that race with your previous self and keep growing until you win all the way. Number 9. Everyone is wearing different masks depending on the occasion, including yourself. Your personality is the sum of your experiences up to this point. If your upbringing was slightly different, you would have been a completely different person. But the world sees us as we choose to present ourselves. We are all playing roles when engaging with others. We try to put our best foot forward. We want to be liked and people to be interested in the things that we find fascinating. We share our hobbies, our interests, and always try to find common ground with others so that they'll accept us. Take the time to analyze the way you behave around different people, the way your personality subtly changes, and you present yourself in a slightly different light. Why do we do that as humans? It all boils down to our survival instincts. We want to survive, so we'll do whatever it takes to further our own agenda. You want to be the best for yourself, don't you? Well, guess what? Everybody does, and some people take themselves very seriously. Be careful who you keep around you, as most of them will show only a mask, only to disappear from your life when your journeys are no longer sharing the same destination. How many childhood friends do you not keep in touch with because you no longer have anything in common with them? Without even knowing it, people wear masks throughout their whole lives, switching from one to another. That's why authenticity has become such a luxury in this day and age, because everybody is trying to be someone else, and very few are successful by being themselves. Number 10. The poor stay poor because they never try to learn. Being born in a broke environment is a matter of chance, but dying broke is a matter of choice. Poor people behave differently than the middle class and the rich. They have different habits. They find more excuses. They might have been dealt a tougher hand to begin with, but they call it quits as soon as they can and accept their current reality as destiny without giving it their all to improve their current situation. In order for anyone to achieve financial success, they need a particular set of tools which, to our surprise, most people never research and acquire them. These tools can make anyone rich, get anyone the life they want if used to their fullest potential. Although a good starting hand helps, you can still do it even if you've been dealt an unfairly bad one. These tools guarantee success. They're called learning, discipline, creativity, and hard work. When people think of education, they immediately associate the term with expensive MBAs or universities reserved for the super rich. The truth is, you can learn more about success in life by studying successful people, by reading their stories and looking for patterns in their behaviors. If you go through our entire library of videos on successful people, you'll find that almost all of them never stop learning. They're all disciplined as hell. They use their creative juices as much as possible, and they've been putting in hard work since they can remember, without planning to stop anytime soon. It's all about the decision that I will do whatever it takes to create a better life for myself and those I care about. After that, give it your all. The irony is, poor people stay poor because they're acting like they're rich, and the rich get richer because they keep acting like they're poor. The most popular video on our channel is titled 15 Things Poor People Do That the Rich Don't. You can watch it yourself by clicking in the top right corner. We followed up that video with the reverse of the coin, dealing with some of the things the rich do that the poor never get to. Both videos will make you realize which traits you should keep and which ones you should toss out. Number 11. Happiness comes from what you do for others. Most people you meet in life are all out for themselves. Everyone is trying as hard as they can to make themselves happy, successful, or whatever their own definition of success is. The hard truth on happiness is that you cannot achieve sustainable happiness by being the single person impacted by your actions. You can achieve glimpses of happiness, but they will not stick around. Happiness doesn't come from things, it comes from the way other people feel, which happen to brush off onto you, especially if you're the one who created their happiness in the first place. This is such a strong truth because people fail to realize this until later in life. Everyone is pursuing their own happiness, and even if they get all the money they want in the world, all the fame in the world, they realize they still haven't got it yet, and it leads to depression or even worse. This happens because the entire concept is counterintuitive. While in most life objectives, you need to take care of yourself before you can take care of anyone else. When it comes to happiness, the world seems to be flipped. You can take care of others, and the result is you taking care of yourself. Let that sink in for a while and then have a look at your own life. Are you happy? What generated this particular happiness? Who's responsible for it? Which actions led to your state of happiness? When's the last time you made someone happy? The answers to all of these questions will give you a better understanding of your own happiness and which actions caused it. Once you know that, hunt for that feeling and get as close to it as possible. Number 12. Being busy doesn't mean you're doing anything worthwhile. Please remember this. Write it big on your vision board or somewhere you'll be constantly reminded to check your reality. Being busy doesn't mean you're adding value to your life or those around you. One of the most shocking things we've learned in our research is how many people are constantly busy but never manage to move ahead. This has to do with people allotting way more time and resources than needed to things which are urgent but not important. We understand you need to clean the house and get toilet paper from the store, but if that's what keeps you busy every single day, you won't have any time to get anything done that actually has an impact on your life. The most important pillars in someone's life are health, relationships, self-development, and freedom with security. If an action doesn't fall into these four in a positive way, it's probably not important for you and those around you. We all have things that we have to get done, things that put food on the table, and more. The idea is to escape the trap of doing only those things and never getting around to the really important ones. When's the last time you did something important for yourself? Maybe it's time to prioritize those things and stop wasting your time. Number 13. Everyone you know will die eventually, including yourself. This is probably the most important reality check you'll ever get while you're alive. It's one of the hardest truths we've all had to deal with at some point in our lives. Your mother, your father, your siblings, your dog, your loved ones, and you are mortal, and at one point, every single one will cease to exist. This alone is a strong enough reason to appreciate everything you have in your life. Holding grudges is stupid. Deal with the tiny problems, and don't forget to tell anyone who's important to you how much you care for them and how important they are to you. Mend your relationships, especially with those who made a difference in your journey, because you might not get a second chance to do so. After your relationship affairs are in a good place, it's time to get serious about your life. You will die one day, so why the hell would you want to live a boring life? You should do whatever it is in your power to create the life you want to live, because you only get this one. It doesn't matter if you believe in heaven or not. Why wouldn't you make heaven here on earth? Especially for you and those around you. In our opinion, there aren't any higher goals than living a life that means something to you, which adds value to the world as we know it. Number 14. Your urgent problems won't matter 5 years from now. You know the test you have next week, the project you're rushing to complete, the fact that your contractor is behind on your latest development project? All of those stress you out and open the door for emotions to take control. What we're about to tell you can easily change your life if you pay attention and save this tool in your arsenal for success. Here it goes. Ask yourself if what you're stressing about today will matter 5 years from now. If yes, then it's time to get even more serious about it and make sure you get it right. On the other hand, if you're not even going to remember it in 5 years, why the hell are we spending so much time and resources on it? Just get it done so you can move on to important things. The 5-year rule can help you understand which actions are in your best interest and remove at least some of the noise from your life if used correctly. It's one of those tools that looks simple enough, but very few people actually take the time to use it, and that's how you end up being trapped in a rat race. Number 15. You are a tiny organism on a rock floating through space. For our final item on this list, we wanted to double down on this idea that daily struggles steal away your life from you without giving much back. The truth is, you're not special. You are an organism which shares this floating rock with another 8 billion people who are just like you, and another 70 billion living things who don't even know you exist. There is a concept which we are truly fascinated with. It's called the overview effect. It's something that astronauts get to experience when leaving Earth and looking back from a distance. Once you're in space, you can see how tiny the entire world is, how we're all in conflict for things which don't matter, and for the nihilistic point of view, individuals don't matter. You are part of an entire living colony, which doesn't care about the problems of the individual, because they don't really matter. They matter to you, but not to the colony. It's one of those things we plan on experiencing before we die, because the overview effect changes the way you look at things, at worries, at problems, at disappointments, and more. Look at the screen right now. This is our planet viewed from space. You are somewhere on this rock, a tiny dot that worries about the smallest details, which from this far up are non-existent. Try to run this experiment on your own and see what you can uncover about yourself. It's time we all stopped thinking so small, face the harsh truths of life, accept those which we can accept, and do our best to live the life that's valuable. We're curious to know, A-Luxers, which of these 15 truths had the biggest impact on you as you were watching this video? Which of these do you believe will actually make a change in your future actions? Let us know down in the comments, and as always, we'll do our best to engage with the most interesting ones. And as you already know, we can't have a motivational video without a reward for the true A-Luxers who want to take all the value of these videos in and are still hungry for more. So here it is, your bonus fact. Number 16. Everything about your life is now in your own hands. There's no already written path for you. You are in a race where you put one foot in front of the other because you choose to. Ahead of you lies many crossroads. Even right now, you can choose to take a different path than the one you're already pursuing. We left this one as the final bonus truth because some people don't want to be responsible for their own destiny. They don't want the responsibility of making themselves happy, of getting the life they want through hard work and discipline, and instead choose to believe it's all just in the hands of a higher authority. These people are like a leaf on a river. They believe they have no control over what happens to them. But the hard truth is that you are the river, not the leaf. You have the power to craft your own path. If anything stands in your way, you have enough strength to push through it and leave a better path for all those who will follow you. Decide what your life should be and then get busy. You only live once, so you best believe we're going to want to live it the way we want to. If you're still here with us and you've decided to be the river, not the leaf, please write destiny in the comments as a statement that starting today, you're taking control over your life. You'll write your own destiny and not live a life that no one will remember. Thank you for spending some time with us.